The power of imagination makes us infinite. At least that's what John Muir said, and I do believe it. We are using our imagination, our creativity, to help you in this series to find ways to energize in short periods of time. So we built up to 10 minutes, and also want to use things that everyone has at home. Hopefully everyone has a set of stairs. So I'm going to start here standing, especially since I've been sitting all morning on the computer. I'm going to put one foot behind me in a suspended lunge on the step. So the other foot is out in front in a good distance so that I can first find my balance and then lunge. So with this suspended, the foot suspended behind me, that heel points straight up. The stair is a really nice feedback. So if you could put your foot right on the or the riser of the stair, you can feel that your heel's pointing straight up, and that allows me to get this really nice opening in the front of my hip, my psoas, hip flexors, especially nice after sitting. Now when I do the standard lunge, you can build this into a twist. So twist toward the front knee and then twist high toward the back knee. So you have this kind of rotary motion going in your torso toward the front knee and away on a low diagonal as you come forward, high diagonal as you go away. Keep that back foot still. Now progress to the second move. I'm going to keep the same foot on the stair and turn it to the side, stepping right in the center of the stair. Get a good plant there. Tap up and squat. You can go as slow or as fast as you like, but do try to sink into the squat. So I'm loading that back leg a little bit more. You can tap the same step. You can tap the next step up. You can also tap 2 steps up. I wouldn't go any higher than that. Tapping 2 steps up lets me tap the pinky toe side of my foot. So I get a little bit more of a figure 4. You can see how that knee rotates open and then squat. This will build energy pretty quickly. Now I'm going to stay on this side of my body and have a seat on, I'm going to go on the bottom step. You can also sit on the second step. The bottom step gives you a little bit more of an angle. Press your bottom shoulder or elbow into that step. Stay in that figure 4 position. So you step on the top foot, lift your hips and lower. This lateral flexion, feels so lovely after sitting. Now I'm carving the outer edge of my bottom foot into the floor, touching as far up on the stairs as I can, and let my bottom hip kind of touch that bottom step while I push the floor away with my supporting elbow. And you have this nice big opening, through the top side, and a lot of strength building in the bottom shoulder. Now before I switch sides, I'm going to have a seat on the bottom step and hands on the second step to press up and let my hips just graze the front of that second step. And instead of tricep dips, I actually want to do some shoulder shrugs, because shoulder shrugs happen, especially this, ends up creeping up through the day before we even recognize it. So here you get to really drive your shoulders down using your body weight. Now the next time you drive your shoulders down, hold and walk your feet away and walk them toward you. So as you continue to hold, this is a lot of strength and stillness. Right? You continue to lift your breastbone or your collarbones up, where you drive your shoulder blades down, which is very healthy movement, and walking your feet in and out. All right, and then we'll stand up and switch. So now I have the opposite foot elevated on that back step, far enough forward that, find balance, lunge, and lift. So in this elevated lunge with the back foot lifted, again, the heel points straight up, and get a little feedback from the stair, the tread, or the riser to help you to keep that alignment. Great opening in the front of the hip. Once you feel pretty stable and confident there, shoulders and hips all in line, you can add a twist toward the front knee and then high toward the back knee. So you have this rotation with a lot of reaching and spiraling, and thankfully the wall's there to help catch if needed, and try to find as much rotation as you can. Just going to challenge your balance as well. And then turn to the other side with that foot on and tap up and lateral squat. Really try to sink down into the ground, push off sort of quick. You do not have to tap. You can float that back leg. You can tap one step above, crossing the midline. Always great for coordination. You can tap 2 steps above and let the knee open into sort of a figure 4. With a deep breath. Oh, I'm feeling the supporting leg. And then I'll stay in the figure 4. And again, if you want to go a little higher, you can have a seat on the 2nd step. Drive your elbow just beneath your shoulder into the 3rd step, which is just a higher diagonal versus a lower. So whatever one you choose, the top foot comes forward into a figure 4, lift and lower, lateral flexion and lower. So always a deep breath. And this is a great ankle strengthener as well. If you carve the outer edge of that bottom foot firmly into the ground, root down into your top heel. Fabulous. And after a few of those, let's come back up and get a little chest expansion one more time. Press down into either step. Keep your hips close so your shoulders are sort of stacked right over top of your hips. Drive your collarbones up. Now you can do the walk out, in. You can also walk wide and together. You can march, which is a great way to strengthen your hip flexors, because probably they would benefit from both. A little flexibility, mobility, lengthening, as well as strengthening, shortening, and contracting. You could lift and extend, do like a little reach and kick, probably for 20 or 30 seconds, and that is plenty. Come on up to stand. Now if you want a little bit more kind of a cardio kick, you could hop up and cross behind. Now actually, instead of a cross, which feels rather natural, when you come down, you could push behind, so press straight back. You need to make sure you have enough room for that. So it's a little bit of a quick lateral hop and then hip flexion behind. Lateral hopping always, first of all, it's really good again for balance, hip density. Let's just do 2 more on this side. And get your arms pumping, and then you can turn around and do it on the other side. Lateral hop, press straight back. And if you're more comfortable with kind of a skater action, you can cross it behind. Really try to get the hop up and push back. Pick up your pace a little bit as it feels comfortable. With a deep breath. I'm definitely getting warmer. And that little running man arm is the opposite elbow to knee that we did in the very first move. Quite beneficial, all right? Now one more thing, not that I want to have my back to you in the camera, but push-ups on the stairs is a fabulous way, to use your body weight. Plus on a little diagonal. We can add a little something to that. So face the steps, probably the 3rd step. Hands in line with your shoulders. Let's do 2 push-ups. And then pick a foot to step up and tap the other foot 2 steps higher or 3 steps higher. So you come down, same leg, lift it behind, step on the first step, tap as high as you can. Leg back, step up, tap up, hands down, leg lift, 2 push-ups, step, tap. Fun little thing to do at home. This is the way I spend my days at home. Now, we'll do that on the other side 5 times. So leg extension or hip extension, 2 little push-ups, step on the bottom step, tap the other foot as high as you can. Down, extend, 2 pushes, step, tap, down, extend, up, tap. Let's do 3 more. Full body action here. Oh, I think I only tapped 2 steps up that time. Always good to take the stairs 2 or 3 at a time. 1 more. And that is what I had in mind for 10 minutes for a quick Energize. Remember, imagination makes us infinite. Stay creative, keep breathing, drink plenty of water, think great thoughts.